Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. If you're new here, I'm Michael, and this is where we break down big, sometimes confusing topics into quick, easy to understand videos. And today, we're diving into something you've probably heard about a million times, but maybe you're still not totally sure what it actually is: Bitcoin. Yep, that mysterious digital money people are always hyping up, arguing about, and, let's be honest, getting rich or broke off of. So, if you've been wondering, what the heck is Bitcoin? And why should I care? You're in the right place. Stick around, because by the end of this video, you'll have a solid understanding of the basics, and you'll be able to hold your own the next time this topic comes up at a party or in a group chat. Alright, let's get into it. So, what exactly is Bitcoin? In the simplest terms, Bitcoin is digital money. But it's not the kind of digital money you use when you swipe your debit card or send a payment with PayPal. Those still rely on banks and payment companies behind the scenes to process everything. Bitcoin is different because it doesn't rely on any central authority. There's no bank, no government, no middleman. It's what's called decentralized, which basically means it runs on a network of computers all around the world, and anyone can participate. Think of it like email for money. If you have an internet connection, you can send and receive Bitcoin anytime, anywhere. And the best part? You don't need anyone's permission to do it. Now, let's talk about how it works. Bitcoin runs on something called a blockchain. And I know that word gets thrown around a lot, but here's a super simple way to think about it. Imagine a giant spreadsheet that everyone can see, and every time someone sends or receives Bitcoin, it gets recorded on that spreadsheet. But instead of one person keeping track of it, thousands of computers all over the world are keeping identical copies of that spreadsheet. Every 10 minutes or so, all the new transactions get bundled together into a block, and then they're permanently added to the chain of previous blocks. Hence the name blockchain. And here's the cool part. Once something's recorded on the blockchain, it's practically impossible to change or fake. It's like carving something in stone, if that stone was replicated across thousands of computers. This makes Bitcoin incredibly secure and trustworthy, without needing a third party to vouch for it. So why do people care about Bitcoin? Why is it valuable? Well, first off, there's scarcity. There will only ever be 21 million Bitcoins. That's it. No one can print more. No company can decide to increase the supply. It's hard-coded into the system. This limited supply makes Bitcoin kind of like digital gold. People see it as a hedge against inflation because, unlike regular money that governments can print more of whenever they want, Bitcoin's supply is fixed. And because demand keeps growing with more investors, companies, and even some governments getting interested, its price has gone up dramatically over the years. Of course, that price can also crash dramatically, but we'll get to that in a second. Okay, so how do you actually get Bitcoin? Well, there are two main ways. First, you can buy it. There are a ton of platforms out there: Coinbase, Binance, Kraken, you name it, where you can sign up, link your bank account, and buy Bitcoin in minutes. You don't have to buy a whole Bitcoin either. Each Bitcoin is divisible into 100 million smaller units called Satoshis, so you can start with as little as a few bucks. The second way is mining. Now, this one's a bit more complicated. Mining is when people use powerful computers to solve complex mathematical puzzles. These puzzles help confirm and secure transactions on the blockchain. As a reward for doing this work, miners earn new Bitcoins. But mining isn't what it used to be. Back in the early days, you could mine Bitcoin on your laptop. Now, you need specialized hardware, cheap electricity, and, honestly, a pretty big upfront investment. Most people these days just buy it. But before you rush off and throw your savings into Bitcoin, let's talk about the risks. Bitcoin is volatile. Like, really volatile. Its price can swing thousands of dollars in a single day. One minute you're up 50%, the next you're down 30%. And unlike stocks or bonds, Bitcoin isn't backed by anything physical. It's not tied to a company's profits or a government's economy. Its value comes purely from what people are willing to pay for it. Some people believe it's the future of money and that its price will keep going up as adoption increases. Others think it's a speculative bubble that could burst at any time. The truth is probably somewhere in the middle, but the bottom line is, don't invest more than you're willing to lose. Seriously, Bitcoin can be exciting, but it's not a guaranteed way to make money. Now, one last thing to consider is security. Because Bitcoin is decentralized, you're responsible for keeping it safe. If you leave your Bitcoin on an exchange and the exchange gets hacked, you could lose it. That's why a lot of people store their Bitcoin in something called a wallet. There are different kinds of wallets, online wallets, mobile wallets, even hardware wallets that are like USB drives. The safest option? A hardware wallet that you control, offline, with backups of your recovery phrases. It's a little more effort, but when we're talking about potentially valuable assets, it's worth it. So, to wrap it all up, Bitcoin is decentralized digital money that runs on a secure, transparent blockchain. It's valuable because it's scarce and has the potential to change how we think about money. But it's also risky, volatile, and not something you should jump into without doing your homework. If you're curious, start small, learn as much as you can, and never invest more than you can afford to lose. Alright, that's it for today. If you found this helpful, make sure to hit that like button and subscribe for more easy-to-digest explainers like this one. And hey, drop a comment below. Do you own any Bitcoin? Or are you sitting this one out? I'd love to hear your thoughts. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.